Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, here to take a look at some great deals from our friends over at Green Man Gaming, and they are running a lot of great stuff. They've got a bundle live right now, a brand new bundle, as they are getting into the bundle game as well. If you look at it strictly from a value standpoint, I would say it's really good, given that there's something that just came out, but let's be honest, it's a game that people have mixed opinions on, to say the least, so we'll talk about that. Beyond that, we do have a Sega publisher sale that is live right now over at Green Man Gaming, and they've got some great stuff discounted as a part of that. My 2024 Game of the Year is on sale, so you know I gotta give a mention to that. And one final deal at the end of this video that I think it's just a little relevant to talk about, so we'll get to that at the end of this video. But first of all, the Destiny 2 expansion bundle, baby! Our favorite developer, Bungie, is here. Now, you know, people have their opinions on Destiny 2. I will say, this expansion bundle, $35 for the Legend tier. You get everything, including the Year of Prophecy, the Renegades bundle, the Year of Prophecy edition, I should say. That includes Destiny 2 Renegades, so you know, I feel like that's pretty good from that standpoint when you consider it like that. That does start a new saga in Destiny. Renegades is coming out in December of 2025. Edge of Fate is already out. They're doing the expansion system a little bit different now. Instead of one yearly expansion, they're doing 2 expansions a year. Edge of Fate came out a while ago, and then Renegades is coming out. Renegades has like the Star Wars lightsabers, so people are kind of excited about that. Look, I'm not a big Destiny 2 guy, but I do have friends that, you know, kind of treat Destiny 2 like a toxic relationship. So it is what it is as far as that's concerned. Thought I would give that a mention if you are looking to pick up, you know, the Renegades expansion. From a value standpoint, it's decent, but yeah, you guys probably have your opinion set about Destiny 2 at this point. But moving on from that, now let us talk about the Sega publisher deals, as I think there are a lot of good ones. Right off the top, like I said, my 2024 Game of the Year is discounted, as Metaphor ReFantazio is 51% off for $34.64. Absolutely love this game. Thought it was a phenomenal game. I thought it should have won Game of the Year from the Video Game Awards, and I know some outlets like IGN, I believe, gave it their Game of the Year. This is one of the greatest JRPGs I've ever played, and really, if I sit down about it, would I say it's the best JRPG I've ever played? That's probably a little bit of a hyperbolic take, but it's certainly in the upper echelon, and I loved Metaphor even more than I like the Persona games. And I know that, you know, some people have their attachment towards Persona 3, Persona 5, and even Persona 4, but Metaphor, from a setting standpoint, thematics, soundtrack, characters, just resonated with me so much more, and the story is phenomenal. You know, you could say some of the aspects of the story and the plot twists you could see coming a mile away if you're paying attention, but you know what? I much prefer like plot twists that make sense and it still tells a cohesive narrative, rather than plot twists for the sake of, oh, well, we're twisting the narrative now, you didn't see this one coming, did you, buddy? And then it's like, okay, cool, I didn't see that coming, but it really didn't make a lot of sense. I thought Metaphor told a really good story from start to finish. And, yeah, just thought it was a great game, and soundtrack is fantastic. The turn-based battles have a lot of depth to it with all of the archetypes and whatnot. If you want to play it at a harder difficulty, you can. If you want to play it super easy and just enjoy the story, you can do that as well. And obviously, it's a sizable undertaking. $34.64 for Metaphor ReFantazio. Certainly recommend that. Next up, we got Sonic X Shadow Generations, 51% off for $24.74. Really enjoyed my time with Sonic X Shadow Generations. The Shadow campaign was fantastic, but, you know, initially at the $50 price point, it was a little bit hefty. At $24 and change, I think it's a great pickup, and I would highly recommend it. And the Shadow campaign is just phenomenal. A good evolution of what the gameplay that Sonic Frontiers brought to the table. But yeah, $24 on that is really good. Speaking of Sonic Frontiers, 73% off for $16.20. Hopefully we'll finally see a sequel to this game next year, or the next like real mainline Sonic game. But yeah, Sonic Frontiers is absolutely excellent. Does it have some issues? Yeah, but I think what Sega has done as far as setting a foundation for the future of Sonic games, they did a phenomenal job with. Soundtrack is exceptional. I always say that the Sonic games have ridiculously good soundtracks for like absolutely no reason. Like there is no reason for the Sonic soundtracks to go as hard as they do, but yeah, Frontiers is the same thing as far as that's concerned. Next up, I gotta give some shouts to the RGG games. Judgment, 73% off for $10.80. They do have Lost Judgment on sale as well. I thought Judgment was a phenomenal game, and honestly, if you want to talk about the RGG games, some people will say start off with Yakuza 0. Judgment isn't a bad shout just because Judgment, you're talking about a 2-game saga in Judgment and Lost Judgment, and we probably won't ever get a third Judgment game, which is a bummer, but you know, it's not as big of an undertaking that you're embarking on, and the visuals are great, the English voice acting is solid, gameplay is really good, and narratively, it's awesome, and Yagami is a fantastic main character as well. He's probably number 3 in terms of the mainline, you know, RGG main characters, Ichiban, Kiryu, and then Yagami, but he's still great. He's a great character, so 1080 for that great deal there, and definitely a different vibe of a character than Ichiban and Kiryu. But speaking of Kiryu, Yakuza 0 is 51% off for $9.89. Now, to be fair, there is a Yakuza 0 director's cut that's coming out in December, but that's going to be $50. Yes, it includes English voice acting and some other bonuses, I believe some extra cutscenes and whatnot, but definitely not worth that premium price point. I would get the base game at $9.89, and I think it's very much worth it. And then Yakuza Like a Dragon, 55% off for $9. If you just want a turn-based RPG, this is a fine starting point as well. Ichiban's story is fantastic, and narratively, this might be the best game that RGG has put out. Maybe, like, people are always gonna debate on that. I know people think highly of Judgment, people think highly of Yakuza 1 and Yakuza 0, but the narrative in Like a Dragon is phenomenal, so definitely recommend that. $9 is a great deal, definitely a lengthy undertaking as well. Vanquish is $5.40. Speaking of not a lengthy undertaking, Vanquish is not that whatsoever. Super fast-paced game by Platinum, over-the-top action gameplay, just absolute mayhem, but a great time, and for $5.40, definitely a good buy. If you're just getting through like a lengthy RPG and you want something that's all killer, no filler, Vanquish is going to give you exactly that. Valkyria Chronicles 1 is $4.50, while Valkyria Chronicles 4 is 82% off for $9. Valkyria Chronicles 1 is a solid game that is very difficult at times. I did a playthrough of this just over the summer. I played it back when it came out all those years ago, but I did another playthrough of it over the summer, and maybe it's because I'm old and washed up, but man, this game absolutely whooped me. Absolutely whooped me. It was crazy. Like, initially, it's like super easy, and you can figure it out fairly easily, and then there's a certain point in the game that I'm just like, brother, what's going on here? Like, this game is pretty hard. And then, I was able to figure it out. Did have to look at some guides, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. Your boy's old and washed up. He can't do the things that he used to do in his youth. So I gotta look at those guides, but was able to make it through, and narratively, I think the game is great. Likable characters, and overall, a solid tactics JRPG. So check that out. And then Valkyria Chronicles 4 Complete Edition, 82% off for $9. You got the DLC included here as well. A lot more of the same of Valkyria Chronicles 1, but not necessarily a bad thing. This one does have an easier difficulty option, so that's quite nice for the suckers like me. But yeah, I gotta go back and do another playthrough of this, but this I played back when it came out in 2018, so not as eager to go back and play through it again right now, but yeah, $9 for it, definitely a good deal. Hopefully we'll get Valkyria Chronicles 3 ported stateside at some point in my life, because that's low-key the best Valkyria Chronicles game, at least from a story standpoint. That game is tremendous, but nonetheless, VC4, $9. And then lastly, I want to make mention of this deal because I think it's relevant right now. For all you guys talking about Borderlands 4, whether or not you should buy it, I'm just throwing this out there. Borderlands 3, the Ultimate Edition. This is the version with all the content in the game, is $21 on sale. So yes, this includes what was I believe, the Super Deluxe Edition when Borderlands 3 originally came out. But then they also dropped a second season pass for the game, and it includes that as well. So you get all the content, $21 on that. So if you never played Borderlands 3, hell, go back and play Borderlands 3, get all the content, and then you can play Borderlands 4, 5 years from now when the Super Deluxe Edition is in the bargain bin as well. Honestly, I do think that's the ideal route to go, and that's somebody that played Borderlands 4 start to finish. I would absolutely not recommend that game at the current price point, but that's gonna do it for me. Again, that Destiny 2 bundle live right now, and some other great deals. That Sega sale is awesome, so check that out as well. Links to everything in the description box below. below, and if you do end up buying anything, I get an affiliate kickback, which is much appreciated. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.